Hey, you know how So I'm gonna make this video higher quality than the last one. Don't know if I can sustain that forever. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath for some reason. I've been out of breath lately. Very easily. But I'm making this video higher quality than usual. I don't know if I can keep that up forever. But I figured out the reason that my video does that stupid liquefy thing. I had stabilization turned on and I didn't realize it. I don't know how long it's been like that, but that was really pissing me off earlier. Hey, so I finally played Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm gonna buy the game and I already have the poster, so whatever. GameStop just gave it to me one day. Kingdom Hearts 3 is awesome, but I wanted Resident Evil 2. And so I was walking out of the store and I was like, hey, why did I get a Kingdom Hearts poster? And then I looked at the game and I was like, this is Kingdom Hearts 3, this is not Resident Evil 2. Back in there. I played the demo. I don't know how that compares to the full game, but I'll get the full game eventually. The demo was lit. Though the demo, people kept pointing to all these problems that are in the full game, and they're not in the demo. I don't know if there was an update that came out for both of them, one of them. It certainly wasn't the demo. But if the update is in the full game, that's probably why it's screwed up. But I'm just gonna not theorize too much right now because this laser pointer freaking sucks. I have it directly on the camera this whole time. Look at this. Can you see the laser? Oh, of course you can see it now. This one really freaking sucks. Anyways, main discussion. But I got Resident Evil 2, as you guys know, but I also got the poster for some reason. I was like, yo, do you need this back? And they were like, so I was like, okay, well, I couldn't care less. I'll take it home with me. But now I don't have to worry about getting the poster since I didn't get the game. I have no idea what's happening in the game, though. Point of the video, though, I wanted this to be a discussion on Joker before I do my review. I watched the movie. Great movie. I'm not going to say anything further. Why do a review if I'm going to do the review within the discussion? Am I right? And besides that, if I said anything, I'd ruin the next video, and I'd have to condense it, so I'm not even going to talk about the movie that much. More so, the creation of the movie. I will be talking about the movie, obviously. But Todd Phillips, well, also Joaquin Phoenix got an Oscar for this movie, so I think that's really cool. Comic book movies are finally going to be recognized a bit more. Because even Todd Phillips is like, oh, they're for kids, which I'm like, I mean, yes and no. You can make complex superhero movies. You have Logan, which I like, but is nothing like Logan is an epilogue to the childish movies, so it will never get the recognition it deserves. Birds of Prey and Deadpool, they're childish movies for adults. I admit that. That's what they are. They don't tell a serious story. They tell... it's a comedy. It's a comedy. So it's childish in the same way that comedies are childish. Like the MCU has more depth than Deadpool, in my opinion. Well, Deadpool 2. The first Deadpool, solid movie, great heart, you know. But the second Deadpool has, like, very little, in my opinion. Great movie. Just the story is floppy. Yeah, I heard it too. But you know, then you have Joker, which really is the only movie that I think does what it's supposed what people are wanting it to do lately. You have Martin Scorsese, or Scorsese, however you say it, who had the not cinema thing, and that first statement, he really worded badly, and the hate that statement got, now the hate on him as a person, not justified, the hate that the statement got, because it was rather idiotic and stupid, that hate was warranted. But the second statement he made where he clarified it, I was like, oh, I understand where you were coming from, but that's not what you said. What you said is the opposite of this. And then you have Peter Mayer? Bill? Is it Bill or Peter? I don't remember. But he's like, oh, you're probably sitting in your mom's basement if you watch these movies. And it's like, what the hell, man? And yeah, so these movies can be enjoyed by children. And that's not, the enjoyment is not necessarily enhanced by being an adult. I don't think it needs to be, if I like a movie, I'm going to watch it, and I'll take it seriously if I want to take it seriously. But Joker is a different case. Joker is, it tells a story of insanity, and it's kind of a depressing movie at times. It's disturbing the entire time. It started out and I was like, I don't see what people are talking about. Like, yeah, being hit with a sign and then mugged and whatever, that's unfortunate. But then, like, the dude gets a gun, and the first time he uses that, at the children's hospital, when he's doing the show, the gun slips out. And I'm like, one, how did that get past security? Then again, hospitals don't have security at all. I've never heard of a hospital getting shot up before. I'm sure it happens. But schools having no security is why they're such easy targets. Not going to make that statement, not going to try to mean anything out of that statement, but you know what I mean. Anyways, anyways, I've been thinking about that for a while, which is why it just slipped out. So, Joker, it makes you understand why all this is happening to him and why well, you don't understand why all this is happening to him. You understand why he does what he does, and you can sympathize with him a little bit. He's still the bad guy, though. And he's still somewhat responsible for creating Batman, so, you know. Well, he was never responsible in the comics. That had nothing to do with it. But, you know. They have all of this stuff in here that he already has pre-existing conditions. He's already going to therapies. So I doubt that this is the first thing that does this to him. But you can tell he's just not thinking about it. Or they just don't want you... I don't even remember what I was gonna... But, you know, he's going to these therapies. He's having these conversations. He has history of... I don't know what put him where he was when the movie started. But, you know, he has pre-existing conditions. He's kind of weird and, you know. But it gets worse throughout the movie. Like, the movie shows what is necessary and doesn't reference the past of the movie beforehand. But you see all this stuff happening to him. And you're like, wow, this is not a Batman movie. I would very much like to see this Joker fight a Batman, but they're not going to do that. And that would probably ruin the movie. That doesn't mean I don't want to see it. Like, you know, have like an Arrowverse Crisis thing where we see that happening. That'd be awesome. And by which I mean you have all these cameos. Like the DCEU, if they do a Crisis, which would be Crisisception now that I think about it, because the DCEU was in the Crisis. If they do a Crisis, something like that, it wouldn't be a Crisis on Infinite Earths. They could do like Crisis on a Few Earths. Maybe they could do Infinite Crisis. That would be cool. That would be cool. So you see that, you know? Bringing back the multiverse. Maybe that's going to be the next crossover. Whatever. So, Joker, basically, you see how this guy works, what causes him to be this. Most of what causes him to be this way. There's still some stuff, like, before the movie starts that is kind of not even touched on, not even implied that it happened, but something clearly happened. So Arthur, you know? But me giving a synopsis on the movie was not the point of this video, or recapping it. The point of this video was something that Todd Phillips said. He said that superhero movies are well, I don't know if he said superhero or comic book. Same thing to most people, even though I prefer comic book. These movies are for children, easy to take in, as he said. I understand that last part, for children, I don't like that. It feels demeaning to me and just in general. But easy to take in, I understand that, because Endgame is not the movie that's going to make you think. Avengers, not the movie that's going to make you think. Civil War, not the movie that's going to make you think. Winter Soldier has some things in there that I'm like... But otherwise, in general, no big deal. You watch it, you dwell over it, you love it, you watch it again. But it's not going to be like the Joker. I'm still thinking about it. I just flashed myself. The Joker, you think about it long after you watch it. I'm still thinking about it, and I'm watching videos, and I'm theorizing, and then it's just making me think like, man, if I was Arthur, I'd probably kill people too. Shit. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that. I can't start over like I did with the last one. Give this video to 10 likes if you guys want to see the last one. I started over after 32 seconds. But you have it just makes you think, like, you understand where this guy's coming from and whatever, and so that's part of it. I realized I just rewinded quite a bit, but this time it wasn't necessarily a rewind. It's just I'm stuck in an infinite loop. One thing takes me back to the same thing I already said, and then it just keeps going, and it keeps going faster, so I stutter a little bit more. Just like... So yeah, basically, this movie just makes you think. Now, Todd Phillips, he went on to say, like, his movies and the movies he wants to watch aren't getting made because of these superhero movies, and I agree. I live in a superhero bubble. I want to expand a little bit, but I know that I'm going to go ahead and watch Avengers 5, and I'm going to love it. But I don't know that I'm going to go watch freaking... literally any movie. I don't know. Baby Driver, Taxi Driver. I'm referring to two different movies, by the way, in that one. There's Baby Driver, which is a movie by the guy that did Scott Pilgrim. I can't remember his name at the moment. And then there's Taxi Driver, which is like, Martin Scorsese, I think. Also, The Irishman. There's that movie. And I know I'm going to love Avengers 5, but I don't know I'm going to like that, so why waste my time with it? It's the same thing when I play video games. I know I'm going to like Dragon Ball FighterZ or, let's see, Xenoverse 2. That's a bad example. Gears of War. I don't like Gears of War. But see, there's that. I don't know that I'm going to like that. And then... The Simpsons game. I actually was unsure about that one, but I got it because Simpsons. And I liked it. I also shined myself because it has a reflective case. That's a wall. That's a wall. That's a dog. Green Lantern, that's a movie. And also doesn't help my case. Also, I hate comedies. Comedy movies, I mean. Comedy shows, they're lit sometimes, but movies are awful. I watched The Neighbors, or like Neighbors 1 and 2. Not great. Didn't get anything with Seth Rogen. Not He's not my favorite comedy guy. Adam Sandler has some great hits, but also some pretty terrible lows. And all of the highs were in his early, like, movie career. So, but you get the point. You get the point. I know I'm going to love Avengers 5 or Avengers 6. I don't know that I'm going to love The Irishman, so why bother? And actually, I don't even care about loving a movie. I know I'm going to like these, and I'm not sure about these other ones. That's what the deal is. I stay in familiarity. So yeah, I'm part of the problem. Even when I look for good, like with superhero movies, I wait to get good reviews, and then I'm like, awesome. With these movies, these movies, I see good reviews, and sometimes I come out not even liking them, so I don't bother. I can't think of any examples, because if I don't like something, I generally just forget it. Unless I hate something, then I remember it for the rest of my life. I'm looking at you, Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric. That's Sonic Forces. That game was actually lit. Where's Rise of Lyric? Whatever, it's irrelevant. Is it right there? No, that's Lost World. That game was also pretty good, and people didn't even like it. Anyways, you know, so I get what Todd Phillips was saying with that. So he went up to Warner Brothers, and he's like, what about... by the way, the video I am referencing is by Behind the Curtain, and it's like Todd Phillips, what was he trying to say with the Joker or something like that. Just type in Behind the Curtain Todd Phillips or Behind the Curtain Joker or a combination of the two. And you'll find it on YouTube. But anyways, the point is that I think... Oh my god, I keep shining myself. This eye just... the point is, I see what he's saying, but other people try to do this and it feels shallow, because he pitched Joker and he's like, why don't we make a movie about the villain? And why don't we make it a character study as well as a sort of documentary on mental illness or something like that. I can't remember what exactly he said. And a documentary, this is not, let's just say, but it takes a realistic approach to it. However, it's like, even though he said he's not familiar with these characters or anything like that, he mentioned that, I should lock this door before I get any interruptions. He mentioned that he's not familiar with these characters, so he didn't really know what to do, but he at least studied up on these characters, because he nailed Batman's origin story right at the end of the movie. People said that's like the worst part of the movie, and I was like, man, it was lit. Like, yeah, it didn't feel like it fit at all, but it didn't damage the movie, and I actually enjoyed it. At first I was like, that's the best part of the movie, and then I was like, no. But I thought it was one of the things I remember the most of that movie. I'll go there. Like, I'll just watch that final scene. It gave me chills. Or maybe it's like Endgame, where the final battle isn't that great if you don't have the context. I was watching Endgame, and I was like, this is just moving, and this is just like a cartoon. It doesn't matter. But... then you have, like, you know, the fact that he did his research on these characters, so he didn't feel shallow, didn't feel like he was trying to, like, he was trying to mask something real out of, or, like, underneath what he felt is a cartoon. But, it didn't feel like he was trying to do that. Like, if he didn't go with the Joker, think about this. It's the exact same movie, but they replaced Bruce Wayne and the Waynes with Selena Kyle and the Kyles. And then they replace Joker with Bane. That would be a crappy movie. It would have a powerful message, sure, but it would not be great. It's the same movie, but with those rules. Think about it. It would be terrible. They just replaced I said rules, but those aren't rules. It's the exact same script, but the names are changed. Think about it. So he at least knew, like, well, I'm going to have to study up on this, otherwise people are going to be mad. So, you know, but what he says at the end of the video is, like, use this as your arsenal, as part of your arsenal to get more movies like this made. You know, take Green Arrow and do something about PTSD, I don't know. And that would actually work. Because they had a little bit of that in Arrow's first 3 episodes. They quickly got rid of that, though. They didn't even address it after that. It was like, now I'm just having trouble fitting into regular life. It's no longer, like, flashbacks and stuff like that. Which is ironic, because the first 5 seasons were notorious for their flashbacks. But, you know. So, you know, but, like, this light sucks. What happens if I... Let me see. I don't know that this is going to work either. So we'll just deal with the light. But like, movies... I rewound quite a bit. But yeah, so that's the thing I don't agree with, is like the Green Arrow thing I just mentioned, that works. But let's do a Deathstroke movie about politics. It just doesn't work. And I feel like that's what they're going to try to do. That's what people are going to do. This movie sets a bad example. Or, this movie sets a great example, but people are going to take it the wrong way. You know? A Deathstroke movie about politics, that doesn't work. A Batman movie about racism, it doesn't work. I'd even argue with some of what they did on Black Lightning doesn't work. Now, I'm going to get this hate because I'm a white guy talking about racism and how it's not that bad. That's not what I'm saying, but that's what some people are going to take from this video. Racism, terrible. Batman is not the place for it. And again, I'd argue Black Lightning wasn't the place for it. I certainly don't think Batwoman was the place for feminism. I got it, but it works with Supergirl, not someone who's supposed to be Batman 2.0. They turned Terry McGinnis into an Asian in the new Batman Beyond comics. Or I don't know if they're new. And that's fine. But he's supposed to be a clone of Batman. Half clone. So, that doesn't work. I didn't read the comic. I was just kind of pissed off by that. I was like, why are you changing these things? They don't need to be changed. Anyways, before pissing off anybody, it just seems to me like, while this movie was great in what it did, people are going to try to do this all the time, and it's not going to make any sense. So while I agree with everything that he said in this movie, I just fear that it sets a bad example. It sets a great example, but could easily be taken the wrong way. Now, I really want to know what you guys think, because I wanted this to be a discussion. I didn't want this to be one-sided. Careful what you say in the comments, though. I don't want YouTube to flag them. You know, if you talk about that Batman, Black Lightning, or racism thing, YouTube has been very, well, I made a video on their harassment policy, so that should inform you about something. I don't use certain words in the description or in the comments, please. I have no problem with them. I'm certainly not going to flag them or report them. But you say the wrong thing, boom. Ow. I think I think I cut my lip. So yeah, I really want to know what you guys think about all of the things I've said. I want to know what you guys think about the video. Behind the Curtain, Joker, type that in YouTube. It should work. You should find the video. But yeah, it's a video of just Todd Phillips talking about the movie. And I think it's a great video. I really think you guys should go watch it. I watched it. It's great. Okay, I said I agree with everything. I obviously said the children movies thing was false, and I stand by that, so. Why do I feel the need to hold this around with me everywhere? It doesn't even work like 95% of the time. The other one I had worked amazingly 100% of the time, but it broke because I slept with it in my pocket. I was like, oh wow. And this one, I bought these two, and they're kind of disappointing. Look, this one, you hold on it too long, and the light dims a little bit. Well, now it's brightening up. Okay, I don't know what its deal is sometimes. See, look, it's getting really thin. I don't know if it's captured that well in the video, but sometimes it will just flicker until it's nothing. So, you know, but I hold this with me all the time. It's like a fidget thingy. I just click this around a little bit. Point of the video. Joker's great movie. Sets great example. Bad interpretations, etc., etc. Now, please, I want a discussion. That's what I wanted in this video. I want to have discussions with you guys about this movie, and about the things around the movie, the things, you know, whatever you thought of the movie, whatever you think about its creation, its reason, its purpose. Oh, a great one. An Iron Man movie about alcoholism. It could fit perfectly into the MCU, and I think that's the only way people will go and watch it. But I don't know if they would ever do it in the MCU, and if they would have Robert Downey Jr. in the movie. And I think that's the way it needs to be. But you know, if it's not a part of the MCU, I think it still needs Robert Downey Jr. You know. But a more personal movie about alcoholism and alcohol being the real villain, I think that would be great. I don't know if they will do it, and, you know, but because I just listed another great one, I need to balance it out with another bad one to prove my point. So, a Superman movie about drug abuse. There we go, got it. Or a Superman movie about domestic abuse, that would also be another one. So, yeah. That's another bad one, by the way. Wow. So the well-rounded achievement photo is just stunning me. Yeah, that's what this video was. I don't really know how to leave it, so I'm just gonna say bye.